Alright, so here are the knives finished. Now this video is a little different. I didn't do the how-to or the middle section of the video like I normally do, since I've done a X series before, and I'll leave a link up to that video if you guys haven't seen it already. And I kind of show you the steps on how to create these scales. And what's really nice about both of these knives is that they're integrated bolsters. So the scales are, I wouldn't say easy to make, since you do have to match up to the bolsters. So as you guys can see, it's contoured here. So when you butt it up and match it, that's always the hard part, is getting as flush as you can. And it's a bit time consuming, but I did get it finished. Before I put these together, I just want to talk a little bit about the scales that I did for both of these knives. So for the X series, the customer sent the material in. Now this is a resin with, I don't know exactly what it's called, but there is a reflective material in there. I wouldn't call it glitter. I think it's like a pearl additive you put to the resin, but it's kind of cool because it shifts. I'll see if I can get it in the light here. Very difficult to get it on camera, but it is really cool because it goes in with the wood. Now I don't know the material of the wood, but it's just a really cool look to it, and it does go very well on the X series. So this one was interesting because the wood, as you guys can see, there is some pitting, and I did my best to try and fill them up, but it wasn't easy. So I just left it because, well, wood is pitted naturally. I think it looks cool and just gives it a little bit more character. So really happy with the scales on the X series. And for the TwoSun, I used the black fat carbon, which I am really happy with. Just love how this thing turned out. Again, just an awesome material. Stare at this stuff all day. And the hardest part about the TwoSun was actually hand milling the pocket recessed area. So I really took my time on that, so it gets a nice tight fit and it fits snugly in there. So again, happy with both of these scales. And that's one of the cool things about the integrated bolsters. You can still, basically the knife can be put together and it'll still function. So I'm going to put the scales on really quick and we'll see what these look like. So here they are put together. I guess we'll start with the Peńa. As you guys can see, that resin does shift and do its thing. I did notice here in the darker parts where the resin is, when the light hits it, it does tend to come out and shine a little bit more. So you guys can see right there, you can see it and then it vanishes. It's pretty cool material. I definitely need to ask the customer where he got this, because I would definitely like to use it. But let me know down below what you guys think of the Peńa. I think it looks really cool. It's unique, it's different. I think it's a little more traditional. I think that wood always makes a knife more classic. I think it just looks really good. Really happy with that one. And then we can take a look at the TwoSun with that black fat carbon. And yeah, it just looks really good. Really happy with it. Get a closer look at it. And as you guys can see on the blade, I believe the customer did this. I didn't ask him, but I think he did it and etched the blade. But this did give me some ideas on doing this to one of my knives, just to make it look more like a relic or more rustic. But really happy with it. I think the black camo just makes it pop just a little more. And again, the challenge of getting this to butt up perfectly was a tough one, but I was able to get it. And more than likely I'll do a how-to video on how to do scales for the integrated bolsters, just so you guys can have an idea on how I do it, or at least the method I use, and I think it works pretty good. But there are both of the knives. Again, let me know down below what you guys think of both of these knives, and appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for the support, and I will see you guys on the next one.